Out there in internet land, this is Ethan's Movie Corner, and I am Ethan Griggs. This weekend we had a pretty decent weekend for the Memorial Day weekend box office. We had two big movies, sequels at that. We had X-Men Apocalypse and Alice Through the Looking Glass, and for what it's worth, it was a pretty good weekend for the box office and stuff. You definitely were not short of any entertainment if you weren't too busy grilling, getting drunk, or just general debauchery that Memorial Day brings on. First off was X-Men Apocalypse. This is now you got two basic trilogies when it comes to the X-Men franchise. You've got the original one that Bryan Singer started, and you've got this new one that Matthew Vaughn started and Bryan Singer finished. The cool thing about Bryan Singer is that he is responsible for 2/3 of each trilogy, because he did the first two of the original, X-Men and X-Men 2, X-Men United, and then Brett Ratner came in. A lot of people say he fucked up the third one, The Last Stand, but it actually is not that terrible, and I don't really see how much better Bryan Singer would have done than Brett Ratner. And people, I think their biggest complaint is that he killed off half the characters, but I mean, it was probably meant to be the closer for that franchise. And all in all, when you watch that original trilogy, everything feels tight. I like it. If you just watch it, because at the end of the day, they're comic book movies, people. If you haven't noticed, comic books do some fucked up shit too. So sometimes the shit just doesn't translate well to the screen. And in between these trilogies, we got a couple of X-Men origin stories, mostly for Wolverine, standalone Wolverine movies. So we're up to, 5 movies so far. And then Matthew Vaughn came along and blew everybody away with his exceptional X-Men First Class movie, which we saw them in the 60s, and kind of a prequel to Bryan Singer's shit. And that one was fucking great. But Bryan Singer came back for the second one, Days of Future Past, and that one was fucking incredible. So then he comes back for the third one of this second trilogy, Apocalypse, and to me it was great. Before going into it, critics, they fucking slammed it for being too much shit. The third act was the shambles of bullshit, and it really wasn't. It is a very cohesive movie. Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on, but when you really stop and think about it, there's not a fucking comic book movie where there's not a lot of shit going on. Maybe Deadpool, but even that one had a lot of fucking shit going on too. It's like you're dealing with a vast fucking universe of shit. Okay, you're not going to be able to just single out one fucking thing, because it's not going to be interesting. And my complaint too, that people said it wasn't a very good movie. Well, my opinion is people don't really watch the fucking movies. And I'm not talking about searching for the fucking symbolism or whatever fucking cinema douche terms you want to use. I'm just talking about experiencing the fucking movie. Just actually sitting down and letting this good piece of storytelling wash over you. I'm not saying it's got to be life-changing. I'm not saying you even got to fucking say it's a great movie, but just enjoy it. Leave your fucking phones in your pockets or purses or wherever the fuck you keep them. I don't want to know. But you don't have to be on your fucking phone. You don't have to be talking and ridiculing the fucking movie, because chances are you're probably not smarter than the fucking movie. No matter if it's Dumb and Dumber, you're still probably not smarter than the fucking movie. These people knew what they were doing. You don't know. No matter how much you think you know. So just enjoy the fucking movie, because it was fucking great. It was on point. Goddamn. Jennifer Lawrence, people. Man, she was looking good. Everybody talks about the fappening. Fuck, I saw her naked before the fappening. She was blue. Who gives a fuck? It's even sexier. Blue women. A lot of blue people in this movie. Fucking Beast. Fucking Nightcrawler's in it. All the old favorites that were in the other fucking X-Men movies, they come back, only they're younger, because it takes place in the fucking 80s. The chick that plays Jean Grey, I believe her name's Sophie Turner. God damn, she's beautiful. Great fucking actress too. She's bad. Even the guy that plays Cyclops is not a douche. Because James Marsden was a super fucking douche in X-Men, which I'm kind of glad that even though Cyclops is kind of a douche anyways, he's a tolerable douche. And we get Storm, we just get all kind of great. It's just a lot of fucking badasses. What more could you fucking ask for, you know? I mean, god damn it. Even though there's like 2 different Quicksilvers in the cinema right now, you know, because you had Kick-Ass was Quicksilver in Age of Ultron. Now you got Evan Peters as Quicksilver for the X-Men movies, which I kind of like him better than Kick-Ass, I gotta be honest. But, you know, if Joss Whedon hadn't killed him off in Age of Ultron, then maybe we could have got a badass Quicksilver. I don't know. But the point I'm trying to make here, people, is that it's a good movie. If you like the X-Men movies or you like the X-Men comics, this is a movie for you. Okay? If you don't like it, then don't fucking watch it. You know, I mean, just don't worry about it. If it's not for you, make that clear. That is just not for you. And I know you motherfucker, oh, I'm a huge comic book fan. You're probably fucking not. I'm not. I just like the fucking stories, you know? But moving on from X-Men. It's great. Go see it. Anybody that says any differently, they're just, well, I don't know, great may be a strong word, but it's fucking entertaining as shit. You know, for the 2.5 hours that it ran, I was on the edge of my fucking seat. And I have never seen a Eurythmics song used as good as they did in this fucking movie. I'm not ruining it. I'm just saying that it's a great fucking use of the song. But moving on from X-Men, we go into another, I guess you kind of call it a franchise. I mean, it's been remade and redone so many times that, you know, might as well call it a fucking franchise. But Lewis Carroll's beloved novel about, you know, kind of what, female sexuality. Am I wrong about that?
Drug use.
Drug use, whatever. Just basically a woman wanting to do her own thing. Which, for a lot of you people out there, that scares the fuck out of you. And it doesn't scare the fuck out of me. Fuck, I like it. Man, that's really, if anything, that's why I probably like those movies so much. Because to be honest with you, I hadn't seen Alice in Wonderland because I'm not that big of a fucking Tim Burton fan. But you know what? When I watched it right before I went and saw the second one, and you know what? It was actually really good. It's some of his best work, you know? And, you know, I realized it could just be because of the actors. The guy knows how to use his actors, and he knows how to create just some visually stunning shit. Because both movies, they're a treat for the fucking eyes. You know, and they got great actors, man. Johnny Depp, he's the Lon Chaney of our time. That fucker can transform into anything. You know, and him as the Mad Hatter, I don't really, I'm not even that familiar with Carroll's shit. I haven't actually read the books, but I dig it, you know. All I remember is from the cartoons, you had like a little midget old man, you know, and that, no, I like Johnny Depp's Mad Hatter, and you got fucking Anne Hathaway looking fucking fine as fuck as the White Queen, Helena Bonham Carter, it's just Helena Bonham Carter. What else can I say? Fucking Red Queen. And then Mia Wasikowska. Fucking amazing. Like, she's one to look out for, man, because she is a really great fucking actor. She, I can't really think of a movie where she was terrible in, because she's in, you know, of course, the Alice in Wonderland movie. She's in Lawless. She's in Crimson Peak. Just to name a few that I name off the top of my head, but she's fucking amazing. And just to see her in this very strong female role, it's fucking great. You know, I'll be honest with you, Through the Looking Glass kind of fell flat. It wasn't as good as Alice in Wonderland. And I'm thinking the reason why is because Tim Burton did not direct it. I don't know what it is with Burton, why he doesn't want to direct the sequels to his shit. Maybe he didn't even want it. I don't know the story behind it. But my opinion is, I think it fell flat because Tim Burton did not direct it. That flair is still there. I equate it to Batman Forever. It had the feel of Burton, but it wasn't quite Burton, if you catch my drift. But for what it's worth, it's still a movie with a strong female lead and a positive role model for young girls out there. It could be a lot worse. You know, because that's something we're seriously lacking in the cinema. I mean, you know, everybody wants to trash on the movie. Oh, Johnny Depp's movie, Tank. Not really his movie, people. Johnny Depp is not the star of the film. Mia Wasikowska, the fucking girl in the title of the film. Alice Through the Looking Glass. Johnny Depp ain't Alice. I mean, it'd be an interesting twist. He could probably, I'm not saying he couldn't do it. I'm just saying it's Mia Wasikowska. And if I'm saying that name wrong, let me know. Because I don't know. I'm saying it the way it's spelled, and if it's wrong, let me know in the comments. Because I won't be mad. I want to say shit right. Unlike 99% of the people in the world, I want to do shit right. I just don't want to walk through life, if you catch my drift. But anyways, to wrap this very long-winded video up, just say we had some good movies. If you like X-Men, you like Alice in Wonderland, or you like Tim Burton, whoever, Bryan Singer for that matter. He's decent in my opinion, he did The Usual Suspects, but if you like any of that shit, man, there's some good shit out in the theaters, man. I don't know what it is, though. I think it's just the way the media sets shit up. I don't know, somebody's trying to fuck the movie business up bad because they just keep saying, oh, everything's so shitty, movie business going. Just go to the fucking theater, people. Go to the theater and experience this shit the way it was meant to be fucking seen, you know? Movies were not really meant to watch on fucking small screens. Like, it's great to be able to do that. Fucking walk around with your goddamn phone and watch a movie, but nothing beats going to the theater and watching a fucking movie. Well, let me put it like experiencing a movie. If you can get past the fucking idiots in the theater, it's fucking great. But on that note, I'm Ethan. This is my movie corner. Peace out.